إن الحمد لله رب العالمين وأصلي وأسلم على مبعوث العالمين وعلى آله وأصحابه وأهل بيته أجمعين. قال الله تبارك وتعالى في القرآن الكريم بعد أعوذ بالله من الشيطان الرجيم. بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم. وقضى ربك ألا تعبدوا إلا إياه وبالوالدين إحسانا إما يبلغن أحدهما أو كلاهما فلا تقل لهما أف ولا تنهرهما وقل لهما قولا كريما. صدق الله العظيم. ربنا يسر ولا تعسر وتمم بالخير وبك نستعين يا فتاح. Respected Imam, Huffaz, Ulamas, brothers, sisters, elders, we praise Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala in the most beautiful words He deserves to be praised. And we send salam and salutation upon our master, our teacher, Prophet Muhammad sallallahu alayhi wa sallam. We are gathered here this evening to raise our hands in supplication after we would have completed the recitation of the Quran for our dear sister who has passed away, Hani Haq, the mother of Siddiq Haq. The verse of the Holy Quran that I have recited speaks about the importance of parents in Islam. Speak about the duties, the responsibilities, not only of the parent, but also the children towards their parents. And one of the things that we see happening today in our society, and many of you parents will observe this happening in our homes. We witness it right before our eyes. That our children have little or no respect for us. Many times we're sitting in our own homes, and our children, they're sitting on the same sofa, on their cell phone, on their tablet, on their computer, and they do not even recognize that the parents are sitting on the couch and they're looking at television, or sitting waiting to have a conversation with their son and with their daughter. And in many homes we have also children who are sitting in their bedrooms with their computer, iPad, tablets and cell phone, and the children and the parent, the mother and father, they are sitting in their living room looking at television. This is the bad effect of social media. Many times we think that we are giving our children the best, so that not only they can be much more acquainted with the day, what is happening and the technology of the day, but then for them also to have knowledge that they can communicate, they can relate, they can email, text, they can go on WhatsApp, Twitter, Facebook. And we are proud about that. When our children, they can do these things that we expect that they will able to do after we would have present them a device that we expect that will help them. But unfortunately today, those devices that we're giving to our children today is not doing them any good, neither it is doing us any good. They distance us from our children. They separate us from our children. Imagine a father, he is given an instruction to his son who is playing a game, a video game. And many of our young brothers will have known those video games that many of our children, they are hooked on. And you're asking your son and you're asking your daughter, go and get me a glass of water or make me a cup of tea. And the father, he's sitting and he's waiting, and the son, he's saying, Dad, just give me 2 minutes, 2 minutes, 3 minutes. Let me finish the game. Hold on, Dad, hold on. And your father is holding on and he's waiting to drink his medication. It do happens. Is this respect for your parent? When you was a child, your mother and your father, they responded to you every time you cried. They know there was something that you need. Either you're hungry, or you are in pain, or you're thirsty, or there is some discomfort with you. So immediately, your mother and your father leave what they're doing. They're in the kitchen, they leave the wares, they leave their cooking, and they will run to you. They will want to know what is happening to my baby girl and my baby boy. Today, that is not what is happening today. When the parent needs something, that response that we give to our children today, our children don't give that same response back to us when we are in the state of need. It is incumbent upon each and every one of us to respect our parents regardless of their faith. Your mother may be a Christian, your father may be a Christian or a Hindu, or regardless of their action towards us or their words towards us. Especially our mother. Not only that not only our mothers, she nurtured us when we were in her wombs, but imagine the pain that the mother go through to bring us in this world. And if you just want to sit and to think about it, one of the worst pain is when the pelvic open and you have to come out in this world. But yet still it brings her a joy that she's given birth to a baby boy, a baby girl. She's not concerned if it's a boy or if it's a girl. She's not concerned if he's dark or she's dark in complexion. But very often the father, he is the one that is much more concerned about if it's a son or a daughter. You know, today, technology, you will eventually know if it's a boy or a girl. In the past, the father used to stand and wait by the door. When he hears it's a boy, he will jump up out of joy. I'm happy, a son, a son. Because every father thinks to have a son, it is for him a honor. The father takes pride when you have a son. But when it comes to daughter now, you're told that it's a daughter, then the father, he holds his head. In the past, this used to happen. And he used to hold his head and say, oh my goodness, I have to buy another gun. But how many of us know the value of the child that Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala blessed us with? There are many today, brothers and sisters, that do not even recognize this great gift that Allah has given to us, because there are many women who are praying and they are making dua for a child, unable to give birth to a child. The only thing that the Anbiya alayhimu salatu wasalam didn't pray for when they were not given by Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala was for a child. Zakaria alayhi salatu wasalam. Because every parent seeks pride in their son, in their daughter. You expect that at the time of difficulties and hardship, Someone wants to fight with you. You have something to do. You expect mental support, physical support. You want financial support. The people that I turn to is my son and my daughter. But many of us today, our children abandoned us. Just imagine the mother and the father, they spend on their son and their daughter for 20 years to give them not only a good upbringing, but also education. And a girl shows up in 20 hours. Now 20 years, 20 hours. And make your son stupid. A lady, she was looking at her son. You know, he was so lazy in the house. Never used to do any khidmah for his mother. Forget about the father. When you ask him to take a gas bottle out from the road into the house and connect the gas bottle, a 20 pound, that used to be a problem for him. It's too heavy. Imagine the responsibility that your mother and your father have. Not only do they give you upbringing, but also they take you at the point that you're getting married. And you know for a fact what the parents, what sacrifice they make for us to get us married. They want the best food, the best arrangement. They print cards and spend so much of money. So when this young boy, he got married, the mother, she was like looking at this boy on the day they got married. And many of you know, over West Coast, there is a place that very often when you get married, you go in the gardens. This young son of hers pick up his wife and lift her up. Look at this. Lift her up. I don't want to take a young boy, lift him up and show you, physically how this person did it. And I was laughing when I saw this. It was actually a short video clip. Picture his girl up. On the wedding day, we want to show, that's the day we are the macho man. You want to show the woman what we can do, because the woman say, woman, your wife will often say, even before you get married, the girl tells you, I want a man that can lift me in his arms and walk with me. You don't care if you sweat from parts of your body you never sweat from before, but you will try a thing. So when the son, he picks up his wife, and he was walking on the wedding day, the mother was looking at him. The mother said, watch me cross. This boy, my son, before he get married, 20-pound gas bottle, he couldn't fetch from the road to bring it in the kitchen. Today, he lifting up this young woman. Look at the energy that this boy gets as a result of his marriage. Our Prophet Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam, he said, "Al-jannatu tahta aqdamil ummahat." The paradise is beneath the feet of the mother of each and every one of us. Regardless of your educational background, regardless of the wealth that you have and the position you hold in society, if you want to make dua equal to that of a prophet, but your parents, they are angry with you, especially your mother, then your dua will not be accepted. And the reason why Jannah lies at the bottom of the feet of each and every one of us, it is because the mother is the one that delivers you, not the father. Secondly, she's the one, subhanallah, that breastfeeds you. She's the one that carries you in her womb for 9 months and not the father. Look at these difficult circumstances that our mothers had to go through with us, but yet still sometimes you and I, brothers and sisters, and I want you to listen to me very carefully, we have little or no respect for our mothers. Many of us, our mothers passed away, many of them, they're alive. Our dear sister Umahani, she passed away. And this is one of the things that is recommended, that is taught to us as a Muslim, as a son, as a child, that we should raise our hands and supplicate and appeal back to the Rabb of the world. Oh Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, Rabbi irhamhuma kama rabbayani saghira. Oh Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, take care of my parents. They passed away, they are in the graves. كما ربياني صغيرا. The same way they took care of me when I was a kid, I was young. You was in the womb of your mother. Who fed you? You was there in the womb of your mother. You spent 9 months. She was eating. She was drinking. And you was all eating. And you was drinking also. It was raining. She was walking with you. She carried you. It was hot. The sun was hot. And yet still she was carrying you. Not a single day she get tired and say, I don't able with this weight anymore. Listen, boy, just come out of here, a girl, and go in the corner and wait. I'm going to pick you back sometime. Some the other day. She sacrificed her sleep. When it was time to eat, she made sure that you eat first. When it was time to drink, you drink first. She will borrow money, and the father will borrow money when you are sick so that they can take you to the doctor. So you feel well. Any of us ever sit with our parents and sit and ask these questions? Mom, Dad, tell me what you did to help me to grow up to be who I am today. I'm a businessman. I'm educated. I have PhD. I'm an engineer. We disrespect our parents simply because they didn't get the opportunity to go to university. You believe that you know more than them. Brother, what's your age? You're 25 years old. Your mother and father, they're 55 years old. You're only 20 years old and you tell me that you know more than your mother and your father? You got some information. No, you have not yet lived life. You have not yet experienced what it means to survive without money in difficult circumstances. And you are saying to me that you don't know? Me as a father, I don't know what you know? I'm not as qualified as you are? In this verse that I have quoted in the Holy Quran, Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, He mentions, وَقَضَى رَبُّكَ أَلَّا تَعْبُدُوا. Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, He commanded what? لَا تَعْبُدُوا إِلَّا إِيَّاهُ. You worship none except Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. وَبِالْوَالِدَيْنِ إِحْسَانًا. And to your parents, kindness. Show them love, show them respect. What love and respect are we showing to our parents today? Mother's Day, you take a gift and give to them. For those of you attending my lecture, I'm speaking about one of the fitna, the trial, as we come into the last days. And I spoke yesterday on the fitna of الرجل في أهله ووالده. The difficult circumstance that takes place with the family, in the personal life of a person. That is with regards to his relationship between him, his wife, the husband, the child. And it's a fact that we are losing our children today to society. How many of us we are not losing our children? What is respect to parents? One person, he came and he said to a person that, I would like to carry my son, my parents around the Kaaba on my back. Then he was told, this will not even show them any or compensate them for any kindness that they have shown to you. Many of us, we are married and then we forget about the existence of our parents. What it means to care for your mother and your father. What it means to show love to your mother and your father. When you eat, you eat. When you drink, see that they drink. You go to sleep. Not only you must be comfortable, but see your parents are comfortable also. How many of us we are calling our parents every day just to ask them, Assalamu alaikum, Mom, how are you? Dad, how are you doing? But no, the thing is that we want our parents to call us. One father, he bought a cell phone and he gave it to one son, he bought a cell phone and he gave it to his father. And he told his father, Dad, if I don't call, make sure you call. Because I am so taken up in my business. Please, you must give me a shout now and then. The father took the phone from him. 5 days pass, no phone call. The father is looking at the phone and he wants to know if it's a Mango Pelto. He don't know what type of phone it is, so he's looking at the phone, pressing button, lights are coming on. So he thought something is really wrong with the phone. So what he did, he went to one of the cell phone shop and he says, after 10 days pass, to the owner of the shop, he said, son, can you please check this phone and see if it's working? So the person in the shop checked the phone. He said, yes, it's okay. So the father asked him, the person who is selling the shop, can you check if it has credit inside? The man checked. He says, 0, no credit. Do you understand? Gives his father a cell phone and asks him to call with 0 balance inside. Today, you and I believe in brothers and sisters. We are topping up every hour. We have people that we are calling that are topping up for us, and we top up something for our sweet woman. A young girl in your office, you know, mashallah, she's been nice to you. And she's calling you, hey Raymond, put 1,000 in my phone, please, man. Do it, man. I'll give you when I get back to office. 1,000, baby, to talk to me, you need 2,000. Because I just have lengthy conversations. You can remember if I know about she's sister, she mother. But when he called his father, conversation very short. Assalamu alaikum. How are you, dad? You all right? Yes. Look at the love and the affection that our parents, they have given to us. And ask yourself this question. If you are giving them in return what they have given to you. They passed away. Your parents passed away, brothers and sisters. One of the things that we do is we will make dua for them. We will recite Quran. And we will invoke Allah's blessings upon them. This is what they wait for in their graves. And when they see the lights coming in their grave, then they will say what? Wow, what is happening? Where is this light coming from? Then they'll be told, this is a dua or Quran that is being recited on behalf of your son. Just imagine this. Where we donate Quran to someone who is reciting the Holy Quran. Like one of the things that I will do in the Dar al-Ulum, that many times that people come to us, we have a bookshop. So people come and say, Moulana, what can I do? Tell me something that I can do as sadaqatul jariyah. That I want blessing. Now we are in the business. What business we are in? Brother, you want sawab? We figure in every day of our Jannah. You know what, brother? Buy a carpet. Invest your money in buying a carpet, so every time someone performs salah in the masjid, you get blessing. Every time you make sajda, every time she makes sajda, you are getting sajda in your account. Buy the Quran. Somebody is reciting the Quran. Alif Lam Mim. ذَلِكَ الْكِتَابُ لَا رَيْبَ فِيهِ. You are getting your sawab. Your blessing is coming to you. Feed a poor person on their behalf. Buy a box of food and give it to someone. Every grain of rice they eat from that box of food. Allah, and your intention is for your mom who passed away, your father who passed away. Allah give the blessing to your mother and your father. Build something, a sadaqatul jariyah, for your mother and your father so that they can continue. What you call sadaqatul jariyah, continuous reward that your mother and your father they are receiving in the graves. How many of us we are doing this? I'm telling you, brother, when we die, this is what happens. When we passed away, the first thing that happened is your children, as a father, your brother and your sister, and family members, they will begin to call other family members and also close friends and inform them about your passing away. Many of them will respond and they will ask, when is the janazah? Many of them will make excuses. They cannot come because they can't get flight from America or Canada to attend the funeral. The family will sit now and put your death announcement up on television. And many of them will begin to make announcement also that the janazah of my uncle, my aunt, or my mother and my father would take place at this time. And then there will be another meeting again. What we will prepare tonight for people who are coming over for work. And if you happen to make your mother passed away, your father passed away, and you give biscuit and coffee first night, second night, you don't expect much people will come. But if you cook up rice the first night, they know after cook up, they will follow by fried rice. And if they come the second night and get fried rice, the third night will be chow mein. And then among themselves, they begin to speak about now, who's going to go to give this, my aunt, my uncle, my father, a bath. Then they will put up their fingers, who will do it? Then they will select a place for you, mashallah, which burial ground they want to bury you. And then they will organize the person who will do the janazah for you. Who will do that? The ones that are close to us. Sometimes our own children, they are making preparation for our janazah. You even don't know your son is making. I sat with the family and they're complaining. The grandfather, the uncle is complaining. Moulana, let's imagine my brother, he was actually praying for my father to pass away so that his son can get that room that my father is sleeping in. This is the type of children we have today. May Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala help us believe in brothers and believe in sisters that every one of us, we spend some time with our children and trying to teach them the value of life. Teach them not only how to respect their parents, but you must understand as a father and as a mother, the way you treat your parent, expect the same will come. Expect your children will treat you the same way. What goes around comes around. Be careful, young brothers who are here. Your children, your parents are still alive. Ensure that if you know what, if you angry your mother and your father, you still have a chance to go and ask them an apology. Because if they're to die with this inside of them, that my son, he angry me, he cursed me, he disobeyed me, then you can make dua and ask Allah for forgiveness. Brothers and sisters, it will not be forgiven until the parents don't forgive you. Many of us, sometimes we want Allah's forgiveness, and a person thinks, you know what, let me go to make Hajj. Let me go to the Kaaba, the Baytullah, and when I go there, I'm going to stand, and I'm going to cry and beg Allah for tawbah. Brothers and sisters, don't go to the Kaaba and ask God for forgiveness. If you want for forgiveness, then go to the feet of your mother and your father. Kiss their feet and ask them for forgiveness. You will get your forgiveness there. Don't run to Mecca and Medina. You're sitting as a young person and you're walking around, a young girl. Your mother is there and you don't even want to sit with her because she look too old. You go and sit with your young friends because you know what? They're dressing like you. You look alike. So I can sit with my mother. You know, my mother, the sister decided, a young girl, you know, my mother looked too old, man. May Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala help us. In my lecture that I did, when I spoke about the fitna, the trial, and we've seen it happening today. And it's happened to every one of us. That not only we have trial that is affecting the husband, not only the wife, but the children also. That is the reason why Islam emphasized the importance of ensuring that you as a father and a mother teach them deen. Teach them Islam. This is your responsibility. Teach them about Allah. Teach them about the Rasul. Because the Rasul sallallahu alayhi wa sallam, he said, teach your children about the Quran and teach them about me. May Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala bless, forgive and have mercy upon our dear sister Hani. We'll be making dua for her. And may Allah help each and every one of us. I know this is a topic that, brothers and sisters, to speak 15 or 20 minutes is not enough. Regardless of it, You don't have to speak an hour for you to understand your responsibility as a son, as a daughter to your parent. But what you need to do as a son and as a daughter is to ensure that you fix your relationship with your mother and your father before death comes. وآخر دعوانا الحمد لله رب العالمين.